Hey Mepham, welcome back to the Midweek Update.
In today's episode, we'll be looking at a local thrift store, a peek inside the Mepham PTA meetings, the end of the regular season for spring sports, and more senior exit interviews.
This and more on this week's Midweek Update. I'm Nikki Saracini.
And I'm Mia Hafner, and welcome back to the Midweek Update, the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the Mepham community.
So Mia, have you ever gone thrift shopping?
No, I've been too focused on passing AP Chem to do that.
Well, I have a feeling shopping would be much more fun than studying.
Yes, but that makes me wonder, which is better, thrifting or shopping regularly?
That's the question of the century, Mia.
All right, so the question for this week is, which is better, thrifting or buying clothes in store?
Do I take this? I think thrifting is better because it's both cheaper and it helps reuse the clothes.
If I'm being honest, I really think that a mix of the two is good, because if you're really thinking about it, like, for example, like, there's things that you wouldn't thrift, like, who's gonna thrift underwear? Like, let's be so honest, like, who's gonna do any of that? But then, like, for example, like, these pants I'm wearing right now, I thrifted these pants.
Bruh.
Got these pants for like $20, but normally I'd probably have to pay like 60 or 70, like $80 for these. So I think a mix of the two is better. It's like for shoes, you know, sometimes you want shoes brand new, sometimes you want things brand new, and then sometimes you're willing to spend money on these things.
The thing about it is sometimes you can find like things in very good condition at a thrift store. You could find like shoes in good condition, shirts in good condition that are branded and they look nice still. But I do see like stuff like underwear and stuff, you are not about to thrift that. But also it's very good for the environment because the fashion industry has like a lot of trash.
Or like it's a whole bunch of the same thing, or like, for example, like people want to buy like designer brands, but then people end up with not Gucci but like Fucci or something, and it looks really stupid. Or like the Jordans. Have you seen like the Jordans, like the fake Jordans that have like the weird logo on them?
Yeah.
Like they look really bad. But
I definitely need to try thrifting. It seems like such a fun experience.
And you know, of course, it's environmentally friendly.
Of course. I just wonder if there's anywhere to shop locally secondhand.
Hallie Gilson's got the answer to that question. Don't worry.
just along Bellmore Ave, a new thrift store is bringing more than just vintage feels. It's bringing the community together. Thrift Happens, opened recently, 6 weeks ago, has already become a hidden gem. Let's take a look inside.
My family's always done it, and my brother-in-law ran a thrift shop down south, and I had the goods, and he had the experience.
What started as a family tradition quickly turned into a full-on business idea. But for this shop, it's about more than just selling. It's about giving back in a meaningful way.
The environment-wise is actually all the stuff in this store is second chance. So instead of things going to the garbage or to the dumps, it gets a second chance to go into a house somewhere. It helps the community and it helps the environment.
With sustainability at the heart of the store, each item on the shelf represents a second chance. And as the shelves fill up, so does the community support, bringing both excitement and challenge in the shop's early days.
Trying to get it together. I mean, we have a lot of stuff, and we're doing great. There's a lot of customers, so there's a lot to do. We're still trying to get it together. We're only here 6 weeks, but I mean, just putting it together is hard.
Even in its first few weeks, the store has been steadily growing. And it's not just a local trend. Thrifting is making a major comeback with people looking for style, personality, and one-of-a-kind finds.
It has a huge comeback right now. It's very popular. It's all over TikTok and Instagram. It's an important thing because a lot of people like specific stuff. Like you have your people that like their books. In a thrift store, you can get everything.
From vintage treasures to everyday essentials, the store is quickly becoming a go-to spot for all kinds of shoppers. And at the heart of it all is a deep sense of pride, not just in the items on the shelves, but in what the space means for the community.
I'm proud of the whole store. I'm proud that we opened. I'm proud. That's great. I think everything is going well.
Opening in stores was just the first step, and for Thrift Happens, it's a step worth celebrating. What's been built here is more than a store. It's a reflection of hard work, purpose, and pride. From antique items to one-of-a-kind finds, Thrift Happens isn't just about shopping. It's about sustainability and connection. If you're a thrifting pro or just curious, feel free to check this spot out. For B&B, I'm Hallie Gillison.
I have to swing by there after school is done today. That looks awesome.
I know, it's so great seeing how stores like this prevent waste and connect their community.
Mia, do you know what else is central in our community that we never think about?
If you say something like central office is central to the community.
Close, actually. I was going to mention the PTA here at MEPM. Senior Jacob Kaplan has got the behind the scenes on one of their meetings.
The PTA is one of the most important groups in the MEPM community. This team of parents and faculty organize events, order and sell spiritware, and much more.
During the summer, I have to take a large inventory of what we have, and then I have to place a pretty big order. This way we have everything ready for the 9th grade orientation, which takes place in August. So we get here around 6:45, 7 a.m. in the morning, set up. This way we're ready to go when the groups come in, and we're going to sell all our items.
While the PTA plays an essential role at MEPM, they ultimately see very little appreciation from students.
We do get the recognition, especially from administrators and the teachers and the staff, but I think a lot of the students don't really know what's PTA, what teacher.
But despite this, the PTA continues to work hard to make the MEPM community a better place.
It's kind of nice that we can kind of stay behind the scenes, so we don't really do this for the appreciation or the recognition. We kind of do it because our students are part of our family, and we want to be part of their community.
The next time you enjoy a MEPM event or take home some spiritware, be sure to thank a PTA member. For B&B, I'm Jacob Kaplan.
That was so cool. I never even knew they had those meetings.
Neither did I, but they are so important to our school and supporting the senior events, you know?
Well, speaking of seniors, Nikki, I think there are 3 over there waiting to be asked a couple of questions.
I guess then we have to introduce our interviewees. Today we have 3 B&B seniors joining us, Michaela Dobby, Luke Yepes, and Bree Goodman.
Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having us.
First question up is for Michaela. What was the best thing you got out of the B&B program?
So I think there were a lot of really cool things that I got out of the program. First, I would say the people in the program are awesome. So I met some of my closest friends here, but also like the memories that I have between like Cambodia town 3 years ago and this year, like our chai lattes when we were in Tampa. Like there's just a lot of funny stories and a lot of great memories that I have that with some really special people that I'll really miss.
Second is for Luke. What was the most important skill you learned in B&B?
I think the most important skill I definitely learned was being personable. I think like having to get interviews and talk to different people was definitely one of the most important things because it really prepares you for the real world. Not just if you're trying to get something done as in a project for school or like a project for making a package, but just trying to get to know a person and trying to get comfortable with a person and just trying to get to know them is a huge thing for the future and for real life situations, because that's really just going to be important when it comes to networking and making connections with other people who you may not know at first. So I definitely think that just being a personable person and trying to talk to other people and make yourself comfortable around other people is definitely the best skill I learned.
Lastly for Bree, what advice would you give to younger B&B members who want to follow a similar path as you?
My advice would be for younger B&B members that would like to follow some sort of path, whether it be in the arts or whether it be in broadcasting or in the film part of B&B, I would say that don't give up and don't only set your mind to one thing, because there's so many opportunities to try and to explore. You don't just have to do film and you don't just have to commit yourself to one path. There's so many different things that you could take, and you could be versatile in the program and take advantage of that, because you never know what you are capable of and what the future holds for you.
Thank you guys so much for for coming today and for everything you've done for B&B over these last few years.
Thank you for letting us be here.
We're wishing you the best in college.
That was so bittersweet. I'm going to miss the three of them.
Don't get too upset now, Mia. We still have to cover sports.
Okay, well, that makes me slightly happier.
See, then it was successful. Anyway, here's Brett McGovern with the sports report.
Thanks, guys. Let's get into the best time of the season, the playoffs. Starting on the field, the baseball and softball teams are now entering the playoffs with baseball's first game against Long Beach today. With the win, they will play again on Saturday. Softball awaits their opponent as they will open their playoff round this Saturday. Switching to the turf, where the lacrosse teams are also heading to the playoffs, with the girls' first game Friday at Calhoun, and the boys are also waiting their opponent for next Tuesday. The Bellmore-Merrick Chargers will play at Valley Stream for their first playoff game. Now, the track team, where members are competing in divisions and counties. That sums up the sports around the district and MEPM. We wish all the teams the best luck on their playoff runs. Here's Claire Onoff with her update.
I'm here on the MEPM turf, where the end of the spring sports season is underway. Softball and flag football have already ended. Baseball is facing its first playoff match tonight, and lacrosse still has a few more games to go. Good luck to the baseball team on their first playoff match, and good luck to the lacrosse team on their last few games. I've been Claire Onoff, now sending it back to the studio.
Thanks, Claire. But before I wrap it up, let's send it to the real world of sports, where the world was shocked, as I am excited to say, my favorite team, the New York Islanders, will have the first pick in the NHL draft with the chance to draft Long Island native James Higgins. That's all I have for your midweek sports. I'm Brett McGovern, sending it back to Nikki and Mia in the studio.
Thanks, Brett and Claire. I love a good sports story.
Me too, Nikki, me too. Anyway, that's about it for us. Make sure to tune in next week for even more news stories from around the Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District to bring you inside of the parts of the community we don't always get to see. Until then, I'm Mia Hafner.
And I'm Nikki Saracini. And good luck on AP's Pirates.
Oh my god, was that so good? That was so good.